Rachel Rose here talking all things boxing, and I'm here with Franklin Ignatius at the Chisora Wilder press conference at York Hall. We're on Saturday, which is, what day are we today? Thursday. 2 days' time.
2 days to go.
You're going to be meeting Matty Harris in the ring at the O2 Arena. How are you feeling?
Feeling very good, man, honestly. Camp's been great, prep's been great, and fight week is just about, relaxing, having fun, and waiting for the fight. I'm ready to go.
Also, it's like, it feels like there's just been some like sauce dabbled on you and Matty. Just some little sauce.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that's real sauce or, formulated sauce, there's a bit of sauce, a little bit of spice.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. I think, I feel like more of a me trying to catch a rabbit sort of feeling, in a sense that there's been a lot of ducking and diving from him, and I think that's what added to the spice and to the needle. But we're here now, I think it's going to be my opportunity on Saturday to show what I'm about, and it's going to be fun. Also,
boxing loves a bit of spice.
Yeah.
We love a bit of spice.
That's true.
Like, not always unnecessary dramas, but we love spice. I was talking to Frank Smith about it, and it was like, cinema. We love a bit of cinema.
I like
we love
that.
a bit of cinema.
Like
just get to keep the emotions fresh and, keep the storytelling. We love a bit of storytelling.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's just, fighting is tense, I guess, because a lot goes into training and prepping and all of that. So when, like in my case, when I feel that's been unnecessary bullshit, I think I'm a very straightforward guy. So when I feel like there's been unnecessary BS, it just gets me a bit more riled up than usual. And I think that's what everyone's seeing, where I feel like he's been playing unnecessary games when this is a profession, and he's kind of playing around with it just because he doesn't have the heart for it. And yeah, it's got me a bit riled up and a bit more antsy to go, to say the least.
Well, like we said, we love a bit of cinema. Do you think that Matty Harris is probably the hardest fight you've had to date?
The
hardest fight you've had to date, would you say?
No, I think Jose was more schooled because he was a former GB champion, and Robinson was a better puncher in terms of power, right? So no, probably somewhere in between them if I had to rank him. But I think it's more of a statement fight. The occasion, first of all, Chisora Wilder is a great show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, stage of my career, I feel like this is the right fight to get me back where I feel like I belong. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be good.
Yeah, and like you say, it's an absolutely incredible card to be on because, I mean, it's Chisora.
Listen, it's been wild, man.
It's wilder.
I mean? They do what they do, man. You know
I know.
I mean? We love it.
And also, to be on the same card as absolute legends. I mean, I don't think it really gets much better than that in boxing, does it? Because I think something I always say to people is like, boxing chooses you don't choose boxing. Right. So for me, it was when I was 18, first time I went into a boxing gym and wanted to fight, couldn't fight, got a heart problem, like yada yada, story carried on. But the fire, when it's placed in you, you can't just remove it.
No.
And I don't think there's, like Moses Atama, funnily enough, he did an interview recently. He said that it's not that he likes boxing necessarily, but he needs boxing. And I feel like it's so much more for people than what it is.
Agreed.
Would you say that that's the same in your story?
I think, like I was saying earlier, I said to someone else actually, that boxing is a metaphor for life in a sense.
Oh yeah, totally.
Where I feel like a lot of that constant battle, that constant preparation is kind of what life's about. Constantly dealing with setbacks one way or another, constantly finding a way to push forward. And I think boxing is so visceral in what it gets out of you that it's kind of hard to replicate it anywhere else. So it stays with you. It leaves an indelible mark on the individual. So, listen, boxing is one of one for sure.
Yeah, and I had a conversation with a sports psychologist, or he wasn't a sports psychologist, he was a psychologist, I can't remember what type, but basically he was saying that why boxing is so good as a metaphor for life is because it basically gives you like an extreme version. It gives you like extreme scenario that so you make quicker decisions. You have to think about things differently. You have to act differently. You have to train harder. You have to go into a very primal state within you that maybe in everyday life would be diluted. So you don't think as fast. You make different decisions. But actually, if you could take the way you formulate decisions and act and whatever in boxing and actually put it into life, you get a cleaner, more sort of direct approach.
I would even argue that's what maturing in boxing kind of brought out in me. I don't know if it's for other people, but I feel like they're going to see on the fight night anyway, but I just feel like what boxing brought out for me as the years have gone on is almost like a merging of both sides of life and boxing, where you kind of start to take a certain approach in your life just because boxing has kind of brought that out of you.
I fully believe that, yeah.
That's what started to happen with me. And yeah, it's been amazing. I got a lot to thank for boxing.
And that's why I feel people need to understand that boxers are some of the best people in the whole world, because they have this thing that guides, molds, structures their life. 100%. That it might even become subconscious. Like it might be something that starts in the gym and then it develops into this incredible skill set that you carry through life.
100% becomes a way of life. I think boxing is more than just hitting a bag and pads. I think what it brings out in the individual is something like I said, it's a one-on-one. It brings out something that stays with you. You know from what it feels like, really and truly, to find the deepest part of yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes even parts you don't like.
Those trenches ain't pretty.
Yeah,
Those trenches ain't pretty.
I'll be honest. You know what I mean? Like, I like that Teddy Atlas quote. That's always been a favorite of mine, where he said, "Up until you meet resistance, it's just an athletic exhibition."
Ooh.
And I think that is the truth of it all.
Yeah.
Showing how quick you are and how strong you are and all of that until the first time someone is in front of you and saying, "I ain't going nowhere."
Oh, yep.
Now you find out who you really are.
Yeah.
Who are you when there's resistance, when you're in adversity and struggle?
Yeah.
I think that's the metaphor of boxing, really.
And I feel like more people, I was having this conversation, I have this conversation a lot, it's something that I really believe in. I think more people should get punched in the face
100%.
in a structured environment, because I feel like it molds you. When you know how to take a punch, you suddenly are like,
100%.
how you take that punch and how you recover from that is massive.
100%.
But also it's the dig deep ability, it's the ability to go
100%.
within yourself and be like, I think society needs more challenge.
I had
And
that conversation.
yeah,
So
so
I
it
call
does.
it a rite of passage. Like, I feel like we live in a society now that we are, by and large, as individuals, quite safe, quite sheltered, because we built civilization to be that way, and that's a blessing. But it means now we don't really have a rite of passage for a girl to become a woman, for a boy to become a man. And I think boxing is still one of the last avenues where you really go through that rite of passage. That journey of becoming a boxer, no matter where you end up, whether it's professional, amateur, don't matter. That journey
even
of
just
being
for
a
fun.
boxer, thank
Yeah.
you, don't matter.
No.
That journey of being a boxer is that rite of passage. Is that one of the last bastions where it's like, yes, I find out who I really am inside. And that self-knowledge is what you now take into your life going forward.
Totally.
It's pleasurable.
I trained at the Peacock Gym a couple of weeks ago because I'm doing a series for DAZN, and I went and trained with the Fail twins, Denzel,
Yeah, come on, I know
Danzies.
them. Yeah,
Good people. Good people.
Good people.
And that, to me, because I can't fight, sometimes I feel like there's that trench moment missing.
Of
And
course,
I train hard, I work hard, but sometimes you just want to be set on fire for a minute and see if you can still. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You still want it.
You do.
And Ben said to me, Fail, right at the beginning of the session, he was like, I said, how do you think I'm going to do? He went, I think you'll quit. And I was like,
Yeah, see.
okay.
Exactly that.
Okay,
Exactly
now,
that.
I've got a heart problem, like I said. In the first half an hour, we were doing these horrible, like, uphill sprints and all these awful things.
Yeah.
And my heart, I couldn't regulate,
Right.
couldn't breathe. And I was like, I'm going to faint. And then the coach was like shouting, he's like, get up. And I was like, I genuinely can't. 1 sec. But what I did do is I was like, I will not quit in this moment. I will recalibrate,
Right.
but I will not quit.
Right.
Anyway, next hour and a half, smashed through the session. One of the toughest training sessions I've ever done. But how I felt about myself coming out of that room, I was like, new level unlocked.
That is exactly what it's about.
New level unlocked.
That's exactly what it's about. Do you know what I mean? Like,
What a good feeling.
Thank you.
What a good feeling.
That is literally, I feel like even for me on Saturday, that's what Saturday represents for me. Like, you know, the glitz and glamour is all fun and games, but for me, it's about the fight itself. For me to go in that ring, show what I have inside me, show what's in my heart, and to make a decision to show what kind of man I am for myself. To really ask myself those questions. When I'm in that trenches, what's going to come out?
Yeah. When you're set on fire, what are you going to do?
Thank you.
Are you going to run around like a headless chicken, or are you going to dash yourself in water?
Thank you. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's how
And that
Saturday
is
become.
win, lose, or draw.
Fact.
It's how you
That's the
show up
key.
in those moments. And I
Fact.
think this is something I teach everyone I teach boxing. I'm always just like, what you do, win, lose, or draw, is irrelevant.
Right.
It's how you show up,
Right.
how you dig deep, and how you carry yourself through training. If
Right.
you cut corners, then expect to find those corners
Expect to
cut.
find it out, 110%.
Yeah, so-
110%.
Franklin, what a great conversation. I've really enjoyed this.
Likewise.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank
I'm
you
really
so
excited
much.
about the fight. I feel like it's going to be like a bit of spice, bit of drama.
Yeah,
We
it's
love
been
it.
a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Thank
Look,
you.
good luck, and I'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow.
Definitely.
Take
Thank you
care.
so much.
Thank
Rachel,
you.
Take care.
Can't stand forever. Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. On April the 4th, an icon will fall. Chisora versus Wilder. Click the link in the description to buy now and get 5% off the pay-per-view when you enter this code at checkout.